The Mountain Home Place is a living history museum located within Paintsville Lake State Park in Kentucky. The museum is a recreation of the mid-19th century farming community and includes a blacksmith shop, one-room schoolhouse, church, cabin, and barn with farm goods. All of these buildings were moved from nearby locations in the 80s to prevent them from being submerged underneath the planned Paintsville Lake. This is a very big park and it has a lot of unique buildings, and I hope you enjoy the video.
There you go.
Oh, this right here?
Okay. A horse is hooked up on this, and they go around and they put the stalks in there, and it squeezes the juice out.
Oh, okay.
It goes into a pan. There's a flour in the pan that boils that and makes sorghum.
Oh, okay.
Or molasses.
Jay, I'm going to get out and take pictures.
All right. And was that sugar cane or beet? Did you say cane?
Sugar cane.
Cane. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'll get out of your way. So
Now, look at those old sickle bar mowers, too.
yeah.
Wow.
Those were horse-powered. Those were horse-powered.
These were horse-powered?
Yeah. When the horse would pull it, it would turn the gear, make the sickle cut. Wow.
When the wheels turned, it made a sickle cut.
So if you didn't have your horses going at a good pace, it wasn't cutting.
Oh, this is beautiful. 2 mute. Per mute.
Wow, this is like...
It took 2 mules per?
Uh-huh.
I could see it. Oh, that's so pretty. Now this home's for sale. I can buy this one, right?
No.
Because I'll take it as it is. Don't change a thing.
That's unique. I don't know of another one in Johnson County like that. The roof and everything.
That's what I was looking at. That
Yeah.
for the time, that was painstaking labor to make those
Oh
shingles.
yeah, sure was. But they had a lot of time, Jay. You know.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't. They didn't have any television, no radio, no electricity or nothing, and all they had was time. You know, and they'd all
Yeah,
have a bunch
well-
of kids from this big on up, maybe 7 or 8 kids, and all of them had jobs to do. And
Well, yeah, they all would have jobs,
They all
every
would
one of
have
them.
jobs.
That's why you had big families in those
that's
days
right.
too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You had to take care of the place.
Right. And then really, I mean, I was raised down below Flat Gap here, and my grandma, I can remember all that, and everything. Hog killing, they kill hogs like that out there, and heat the water and scrape the hogs and everything. Then that was the smokehouse out there, they put their meat in there. And I remember before we had electricity. Of course, I'll be 80 years old first next month, so I mean,
Wow, bless you, sir.
Well, thank you. I think I've been blessed, so still getting around. And I remember when we got our first refrigerator, electricity and everything.
Yeah, well, my dad, my dad's 70, and he grew up in Lower Alabama.
Okay.
And he says he remembers 1958 is when they got power in Lower Alabama.
Okay, yeah.
So there's just a lot of folks that remember even when power came in.
Yeah, we got ours out there in about it was around 1949.
Was your family one of the first to have power in your home?
Yeah, out there in Flat Gap, it's just a rural area, not very many houses, maybe 20, 25 houses or something around, And then when it come in there, well, that's the way it was. But my grandma and them, they didn't get it for a while after that because they lived way down on the creek there, no houses close by or nothing, so it took them a long time. But they had plenty of gas, see. They drilled out here at Martha, Kentucky, they drilled a lot of oil and gas wells out there. They had oil and gas. Well, they had a gas well on their place there, and they had plenty of free gas.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So they had lights and everything.
Yeah,
we didn't freeze in there, but now where I was raised at, 4 rooms like this, and one fireplace, we like froze to death. That was all the heat we had. But we survived. And then they'd paper the walls with newspapers, you know. Paper the walls with newspaper. And then as they got a little bit more money, they'd put the flyer wallpaper over top of the newspaper. But that wind would blow and it'd do just like that. Ooh. In the wintertime. Ooh, you see little flakes of snow come in there. Excuse me, okay, and I'll get it.
Oh, I love the period furniture.
Get this door for you so you can see better.
Little trunk. Little washboard. So that brings it on.
This is for storage up here, you know. So.
Oh,
There we go. That looks similar to the stove.
we have. Or the one that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I bet you. I think the side door. I think this one probably has a side door on it. It does. Has a side door right there for cooking.
So my grandma kept on them, you know, she'd make biscuits in that skillet there. And then when they get brown on one side, she'd turn them over and they'd get brown on the other side. And cornbread and stuff, they'd make in the skillet.
Hey, those are skills that are lost. My aunt taught me how to do that too in Mountains, North Carolina.
Right. I mean, those old orange skillets, you know, and I've got them still, orange skillets.
That's we do too. That's what we use at our home.
And I could make biscuits. I cook a lot, but I mean, I could make them on there, and, you know, put them all together, not roll them out, and just put them all in there. A lot of people done like that, and they just take a piece off, however big piece they want, you know. Then someone made the big cat head biscuits, you know.
Yeah, that's what my mama made. The big old cat head biscuits.
Oh yeah, that's good. Whew.
One biscuit feed you and a couple other people probably.
Nobody went away hungry. You know.
No.
That's for sure. Of course, that's all some of the tools there and everything. They dried beans. Of course, this other room over here is the one they used to can on and everything. It was that layer. This here was built in 1860.
You know, it's amazing. People today don't realize that they had low ceilings for heat.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know, now you see houses, everybody has a 10 or 12 foot ceiling, and it's like, how much heat are you wasting?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Here, I'm gonna take pictures real quick, and then we'll move on down.
All right.
Turn this off. Wait, I'm trying to turn. Now I gotta do my pictures.
All right, yeah. This is great. I'm hoping that everything we document just gets saved.
Oh yeah, they do.
You know,
the washing machine.
Our leaders.
Washing machine, you know, where they bring their clothes at. Where they wash them in a tub out there most of the time.
And then that's the ringer, yes.
And then
Yes,
they
sir.
ring them and then hang them up on the line, you know. They get the water out of them.
That is amazing history right there.
And then before the stove, you know, they used this. This was their stove. And they cooked and done everything on the fireplace. That's before they got enough money ahead to get the steel iron stove, you know.
I really like that fireplace. That is.
If this could talk, this room could talk, you know.
Oh, wow.
This house could talk. The reason the 2 beds in here, Jay, was because one of the parents slept in one and the infants slept in the other. Upstairs, the older kids slept, the boy slept on one side and the girl slept on the other.
Oh, that is so interesting.
Good.
They go upstairs.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, that's the bedrooms up there. And then the fireplace was up there too to keep warm. Of course, in here they made the candles, and they done the canning. They cooked some in here too. And they dried their herbs. And this is the candle maker stuff over here. That is a modern washing machine there, no electricity.
Oh.
Oh, they're gonna love these videos.
And then of course this here is And I was down State Fair, it's been 12, 15 years ago, when there's some lady there making that thing really click.
Right.
You know, it's got foot pedals on it too. You gotta do the foot pedals.
My grandmother had.
I know how to do that, but I can't do it very fast.
Okay. Okay.
She had one, wasn't that big.
Yes.
She had a spinning wheel.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Somebody has to keep that alive. Has to keep that. Has to keep it.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm gonna walk over here to the barn.
Is that garden?
Well, we didn't put in this year.
Okay, I was wondering why. I mean, I didn't know if
Found
you.
up for the fall, you know. It was.
Okay, I didn't know if you did a. Do you do a fall planting here?
You know, well, we're gonna have a pumpkin patch here, but we're gonna buy the pumpkins, you know, bring them in here.
Oh, okay.
They raised them there before, but then you know, as people left and everything and all, they just let it kind of.
Oh, I think that's fun. That's great.
But it's hard to. I know he planted some pumpkins there, and they got up about that high,
Right.
and our goats eat them. Goats eat all the plants.
Well, no, I just thought it's odd to see somebody working the field this time of year.
Yeah, well, a lot of times they do it in the fall, put a cover crop.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
So, like in Alabama, we can have, you know, we can plant beans and all that kind of stuff in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, we pretty much can grow all year.
Right. Right.
You know, and I remember I grew up in Pennsylvania, northern part of the Appalachians, and you had 4 months at best you could grow anything.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Up north like that, yeah, sure. Well, it's about the same way here, you know. You can get a late crop out sometimes, beans and stuff, and all that, you know. And then a lot of times they plant cucumbers with the greens, you know, like the kale and everything. And the cucumbers would come up in the fall. But I've not found any in the last 10, 12 years because the deers eat all my stuff, and I wasn't going to put all them fences up and everything to. It costs a lot of money to protect.
That's the problem we got right now. Deer coming in on us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll go over here then.
All right, sir.
Hey, like some more logs in there,
I
Jennifer.
love that. I was putting that out.
Yeah. And the hinges on
That is.
the yoke, yeah.
My goodness. The way these are made. Check this out. Yokes.
Most of them they come around, they see me on this cart because I was feeding. They're not coming out today. I don't know what the problem is.
Oh, look at the kids. Hey there, donkey. Sir? Yeah.
He's gonna feed them. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. They come through that gate there. They walk around the top of the fence like the mayor the other day and one on top of that donkey. Right on top of its back.
They're talking to you. I love how they talk.
Come on. You have to come here. I'm not coming over there.
Oh. They have personalities.
Come on. Come on. What's wrong with y'all? You never are bicycling, see?
They know they're being filmed.
Whoa!
Come on. Come on.
Well, hey there, you.
Sit cross on down.
Hey there, Mr. Donkey.
That was in the Bible, you know, there in Jerusalem or Bethlehem, wherever Christ then rode in, they put the cross on the back, and it's still on this day.
Yep.
Wow.
I love that.
I didn't even know that. Anytime you want them to do something, they're going to make you look like a liar, man. That's what kids do. That was like talk. I love it.
It's a little black one right there.
Look at him. He is just a personality. That's the one I would adopt.
I know.
Because he talks.
Look at his tail house messed up. Yep, that's one you'd adopt.
Yes. You get etchy.
They staying inside the pen.
I tell them that's what happens when, you know, are you taping? I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a picture. When you're wanting your kid to do something that they do all the time, they're going to make you look like a liar. You know? Because you're asking them to do it.
Oh man,
Then they
I
don't
love
wanna
that.
do it.
Hey.
Come on. Don't get you right now. Okay. Oh.
I guess these are all pygmy goats.
Yeah. It's all log cabin, but it's covered over with those boards and 20s or 30s on them. They put those boards on.
And you said 1850?
Yeah.
Wow.
We've got a sheet there we can give you when we get back in there. Set up and
Okay.
1850, you said like a log cabin and this is
Wow. Benches, no pews.
no, I was this church when I was a little boy.
You did?
Yeah. It was, see, there's where it is. There, see the picture up there?
Yeah.
It's about 2 miles from here, over next to the creek, or Pine Creek, which is, that's what this water stopped up, was the Pine Creek Reservoir. And there's a road come right down this way and up the hill there. But there wasn't no houses within a mile of that church or anything, but they'd fill this up. You know, they'd come on horses and everything.
Walking through the woods?
And there's about 80 foot of water where that church was. Or now. The lake.
Wow.
And believe me, I tell you what, these seats get hard 3 or 4 hours sitting here.
What kind of, was there Pentecostal or
United Baptist.
United Baptist?
And the Primitive Baptist is like United Baptist, only the Primitives is a little bit stricter in their belief.
Right, exactly.
My sister couldn't wear slacks or shorts. She was United Baptist. She belonged to this church. Or this conference, you know, United Baptist. This is a candle chandelier. These are all lamps, sir, that they use if it's late or anything.
And I'm guessing there was a potbelly stove that sat right there.
Yeah, that's where that was at. But people come in, they grab these seats around there so they have some place to put their back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
The walls would fill up quickly.
You know what? You can't fall asleep on a bench like that. That's the point.
I would
You
tell you.
have to stand up. You're going to be paying attention.
That's right.
You're not comfortable, so you're going to be paying attention.
Yeah, it was something else all the time.
And you came to church here as a child?
Y'all were out in the late 40s, early 50s. My mom, this church. Whenever they have church out there. Not a whole lot, but my mother-in-law and them all belonged out there at this place. But the floor and everything's all original.
Oh, you can tell this floor. I mean, wow.
And of course, then too, the ladies sit on one side, men on the other
Right.
in these churches. The old primitive, they do that too.
They still do that in some churches in Alabama.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, baby.
My dad's been a minister, my preacher, my whole life.
Is that, and see right here is the churches that's in this.
Oh, okay.
Well, see that, look at all them churches and everything, then they split up, they started fighting and arguing.
Right, always.
Split.
Yeah, I was saying.
That's the human element.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was 1900 when that was made there at the conference.
This is a beautiful church.
It really is. I love that.
My dad's gonna love this whole thing. He's gonna be.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to get down there and take
Yeah,
some pictures back this way.
I'm gonna get one for the church.
All these stones they're sitting on too is huge with the axe and hammer thing.
Wow. Look at that, the stones.
You don't know what that is down there, where the stones is?
Right here, well,
No,
that was the original foundation.
no,
This?
yeah.
What is it?
That's a stepping stone. Whenever the women would come to church though, and they had those long dresses on, so they'd pull the horse up there next to it and they'd step off real easy and get back on the horse.
That is fascinating.
I'm gonna use that.
Yes.
See, a lot of them would ride side saddle, and they just
All right.
on one side, and then they just come and slip off on that rock.
There you go, baby. Another lady stepping off the stone.
Wow, I could get on a horse from this. Yeah,
Yes, you could.
Without any trouble, you get on a pretty good sized horse from there.
I like that.
I mean, with jeans on you could. I don't know about a dress.
That is awesome.
They thought of everything, they was unique. They wasn't no dummies.
No, they weren't.
I love that. I love that. Because when my
This is an interesting
Okay.
story.
Each family that had a child in this school, they had to bring 4 of those logs when they built
These logs right here, they
the
say.
logs.
Yes.
And that's how they constructed it with no tax money.
So this is one of the schoolhouses.
Yeah, one of them schools. They had about 6 classes in it.
6th grade.
Uh-huh. Well, my dad, the time you got from the 1st through the 6th, you already know what was in the 6th because you'd heard it for 5 years.
Right. So really by absorption you would get it. Oh, that's old school.
And that's for lunchtime, recess, and when school got out, they'd ring the bell.
Wow, and this was one of the few schools that had running water close by.
Yeah. Yeah, it was out there where it was at. It wasn't in the flood stage or nothing. So
Wow.
it was the creek out there.
Look at that. The desk and the chalkboards.
Oh, they still have the stove in here, baby.
Yeah,
I know.
that's probably. And there's the water bucket. It's got 1 cup in it, so everybody drank out of that water bucket. All the kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah, by the time you hit 6th grade, you've been listening to it. The same stuff, so you learned it by just repetition.
It's automatic if you heard
Right.
it. That chalkboard there is it's a slate board.
Mm.
It's a regular slate, and that was the what was on the board whenever they brought this in here. They moved it here.
So it's still up there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, they had Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis on there.
Yeah. I mean, Jefferson Davis was always ours, but
Yeah.
where we're from.
Right, sure.
The 63, that's what, that's 24,
This is amazing.
40. Flag only has 40 states on it.
What?
A flag only has 40 stars.
That's before Hawaii and Alaska and all that, yes.
Missing 8 states, so West Virginia wasn't a state yet then. Carolina was still a state. No, Dakota was still a
Here's a
state.
picture of my mother-in-law. She went to school right here. Right there.
Oh, wow.
All these students went there. She was the teacher, and Everett McKenzie here, he made a teacher too, and these 2 or 3 others made teachers out of this bunch.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be tough to go to college then? 24 and 25. And they closed this down in 54 and 55. So
Oh man, right before the Depression too.
And they closed this school down in 54 and 55. It was the last year they had school here.
Oh, that is super attractive. I love that school.
We had some bad wind out here about 6 weeks ago, and tore a bunch of trees down there. Back over here, back up there, you can see on that road.
Up there.
It was kind of scary because I had like 5 people out there. That rain started blowing. I didn't know where it was going to start that. So the electric went off, and I got to know all of them in the middle of the building.
Oof.
In the middle of it.
All right. Now good.
You don't know what kind of storms these come from.
They act like these poor and everything, but the doctors and everything was
They all depended on him.
right. And they depend on putting the metal around their wagon wheels and the nails and their horseshoes and everything. I mean,
Suspension.
yeah, suspension. And it was just, he was really important. They all looked down on him most of the time though, but he was really important.
But you couldn't have survived.
No,
You needed them.
That's
Somebody
right.
needed to know how to do it.
See, if everybody told you facing up, you gotta keep the luck in.
All right.
yeah. Look at the hinges on that though.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, the horseshoe.
The horseshoe hinges. They didn't waste anything, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Now anytime, you know, if I'm going too fast or anything, just
No, sir.
Not.
if I can answer any questions, I'll try to.
Oh, no,
Oh.
I'm just taking pictures.
Yeah, this has been great.
I like riding around the golf cart better than walking around.
They closed it down and built them up.
Really? Over his home?